Let me tell you, as somebody who lives in Los Angeles among a bunch of left-wing basket cases, that it is an absolute honor and a privilege to be among so many of my fellow gun-toting, Bible-thumping, flag-waving, freedom-loving patriots who are going to take back this country, defend this Constitution, and stop the Obama agenda in its tracks. You are the loveliest bunch of astroturf I have ever seen in my life. Now, first administrative note. These shades are not an LA fashion statement. I recently had LASIK eye surgery, one of the best things I ever did. I can see everything crystal clearly. So the question then becomes, what do you call somebody named Eric who can see everything crystal clearly? The answer, you don't call him Attorney General. If you want to reduce gun violence in America, if Barack Obama wants to reduce gun violence in America, well then tell your Attorney General to stop gun running. I am here because our freedoms are under assault, and it starts at the top. And I have a message to Mr. Obama. Mr. President, it's not personal, and it has not, nor has it ever been, about race. None of us care if you are light-skinned or dark-skinned. The problem we have is that you and your liberal supporters are thin-skinned. They treat any criticism like an act of war, the only time they understand war, and then they tell us to go along to get along and be bipartisan. Now, when a liberal tells a conservative to be bipartisan, what that liberal is really telling the conservative is, shut up and agree with me. Well, if the left likes bipartisanship, I've got some ways we can be bipartisan and we'll all get along just fine. First, let's compromise on the issue of gun control. And I know some of you are like, what did that hippie from the People's Republic of Los Angeles just say? Yeah, let's compromise on gun control. Here's how it works. Liberals favor gun control, conservatives are against it. Well, let's be bipartisan. Let's simply take away all the guns from the liberals and give them to us. That way, if there's ever a conflict like Election 2000 that cannot be resolved peaceably, we will win because we will have all the guns. They want to even put a tax on guns because that's what they do. Let me tell you, let's compromise on taxes. Liberals favor higher taxes, conservatives favor lower taxes. Well, if they like socialism and wealth redistribution so much, fine by me. Let's simply take the money from them and give it to us. And if they try to stop us, remember my first bullet point, we will have all the guns. These people, they try to take away everything that matters. Now they're anti-oil, they're anti-freedom. Well, you know what? Let's compromise again. Let's ban liberals from using oil and coal and force them to live in mud huts powered by wind from Joe Biden and Barack Obama's speeches. Now, one of the reasons I became a conservative, I am a conservative because I am the son of a Holocaust survivor. And my father taught me something when I was young. He said, if Jews had guns during the Holocaust, there would have still been some dead Jews, but there would have been many more dead Nazis. and the son of a Holocaust survivor is why I became a conservative and I understand freedoms. I remember in my house, there was no sympathy. You did not get that as long as you lived. There was no crying. I remember at age 14, I tried to convince my father social studies class was too hard and oppressive. My father looked at me unsympathetically and asked, "Did the teacher try to shoot you?" I said, "No, Dad." He said, "Get upstairs, books, learn personal responsibility." Now, my parents are in South Florida, and they had that butterfly ballot in 2000, and my dad looked at me, they got it right, and he said, "Son, if your mother and I are ever unable to figure out a ballot, how to vote, or we're too feeble to push the thing all the way through," he said, "Son, at that moment we will have become liberals, euthanize us, the house is yours." My parents are still complaining in South Florida. My dad does cling to his guns and his religion, and my dad said to me in South Florida, he said, "Son, the reason I believe in the Second Amendment is because we have got to secure the border. It is out of control." And I looked at him and I said, "Dad, what have the Cubans ever done to you? You know, they're conservatives. What do you have against Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz? You don't need a gun for that." He said, "Son, I'm talking about the northern Florida border. The New York liberals keep coming." He wants us to get our best sharpshooters at the Citadel in South Carolina, keep them from reaching Georgia. Florida, Arizona, California, Texas, overrun by parasites, drain the state of services, don't work, demand new services, speak a language I don't understand, I don't recognize my own country anymore, all because of people who take and give nothing back. Of course, I'm talking about AARP liberals. Now, I wrote the book, well, I'll get to that in a second. People say you can't even make fun of Barack Obama. You know, they say he's like actor Will Smith. He's just so cool, calm, collected, doesn't get rattled. Well, as he takes away our liberties, I'll say for those who say we can't make fun of Barack Obama, that is our First Amendment. So I say, yes, we can, yes, we can, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we should. Yes, we absolutely will. And the message that I have for Mr. Obama is, Mr. President, when it comes to our First and Second Amendments, no, you can't, no, you won't, and no, you don't. There's tons to make fun of Barack Obama. People say he's like actor Will Smith. He's just so cool, calm, collected. You know something? Barack Obama is nothing like Will Smith. I saw the movies Independence Day and Men in Black. Will Smith secured the borders and took care of the aliens. Barack Obama's ego and head are so big, they should rename the presidential plane Air Force One. And you would think with ears that size, just once he would listen. But he doesn't. People say he's a snob. You know what? I don't want to call Barack Obama a snob, but I look at him and I think, picture what would happen if Jacques Chirac and John Kerry had a baby. You know what? When Barack Obama said he was sending drones overseas, I thought he meant John Kerry. Or maybe he meant Al Jazeera Gore. You know, the left are bullies, and I wrote the book Ideological Bigotry with a couple of follow-ups. I got books and t-shirts over there. I recommend the books because they're more expensive. I did the research as to why the left hates the right and all our freedoms, and they do hate our guts. It's because we exist and we breathe air. That's it, okay? Take the word Jewish, which I am, replace it with the word conservative. Now take the words Hamas and Hezbollah, replace it with liberal Democrat. The left are verbal suicide bombers, except less warm and fuzzy. And if you are a minority conservative, such as a Michael Steele, a Sarah Palin, a Marco Rubio, or a Dr. Benjamin Carson, they will try to destroy you. And they will try to rip you to shreds if you believe in radical Christian notions such as, something dangerous and sinister in Christianity like love thy neighbor. Late at night, I was worried about Osama bin Laden wielding a bomb. I was never terribly threatened by Pat Robertson wielding a book. And I've got good news for you. It is because of conservative policies and the right to live freely and the right to enjoy American values and standing up for what is right. That is why we will win this battle, and that is why Osama bin Laden is currently burning underground with 72 Helen Thomases. Gaddafi was not so lucky. He got stuck with 72 Katie Courics. Joy Behar was turned down. Cruel and unusual punishment, even for terrorists. I'm tired of these liberals. I'm tired of the Pelosi Raptor. I'm tired of Debbie Wasserman Schultz. This is a lady, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who acts like she knows everything. She is Sergeant Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. She knows nothing. And what do you get when you cross an angry, flaming leftist lunatic like Debbie Wasserman with a flaming Nazi like Sergeant Schultz? You get a flaming Nazi gasbag child ranting and raving at the world. Now you know the origins of MSNBC's Ed Schultz. And I do want to say this much, though. I'm normally not into conspiracy theories, but I am, and call me a racist if you want, I don't care. I am demanding to see Joe Biden's birth certificate. I want proof that he is from planet Earth. And as for Barack Obama, believe it or not, I even do pray for him from time to time. I don't know if you know, this was very serious. He had to be rushed to the hospital. He had a medical scare. A cancerous tumor was removed from his colon. It turned out to be Chris Matthews and the rest of MSNBC. Now, I'm going to leave you with a message that I learned from my friend Herman Cain, because I said, Herman, America's not ready for you yet. We're not there yet. He said, what do you mean, Eric? And he mentioned other great black conservatives like Michael Steele and Ward Connerly and Armstrong Williams and Tim Scott. And I said, no, all of them disqualified. He said, Eric, what do you have against black conservatives? I said, black conservatives, did you look at the 2008 election? Americans are bigoted against the follically challenged. Look at Barack Obama. No substance, destructive policies, really good hair. I said, I'm sorry, Herman, I know you're right on every issue, but the main train needs Rogaine. And he looked at me and gave me the lesson that I will leave you with. He said, Eric, if I get that VP slot or defense secretary, I'll have more than Second Amendment rights. I'll have access to Predator drones, and I'll know where to find you. The second thing he taught me, and I wish that Barack Obama understood this, but he will never understand this, it is better to have people ask, why are you finished speaking, than when are you finished speaking? So I'm going to leave you with a Hebrew word. That word is hineni. It means here I am. Never give up. Never give in. Always fight for what you believe in. Never back down from a fight. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Bring a bazooka. Or a Predator drone if you have access to one. And by the way, if you do, we have paperwork for you to fill out. We are right. The left is wrong. We will win. They will lose. We will laugh and we will make them cry in 2014 when we rip that gavel out of Harry Reid's cold, arthritic hands. We are right. The left is wrong. We will win. They will lose. We will make them cry in 2014, 2016, 2020, and beyond, and have fun doing it. Live, love, laugh, win. Hineni, here I am, conservative, Second Amendment, and proud of it always. Thank you so very much. God bless. Thank you. Thank you.